Hey everybody, this is Zachary Jeans, and let's keep walking through the Bible. Today is day 80, and we are in the Gospel of Luke. So if you have a second, go ahead and turn there to chapter 12. We'll be in verse 13 through verse 48. That's good coffee. But before we get started, let's ask God for a little help, because we need God's help. So Lord, I love you. You're holy. I'm not. You are good, and I am not. And you are faithful, and I'm not. But God, please, God, help me be faithful. Help me do good. God, help me be right with you and others, Lord. Lord, open up your word, please, to us, and just help us walk forward and hear. Help us hear hard things. And God, it's the hard things that are hard. But God, just help us see what you're saying. And we just ask that in your name, Jesus. Thank you. Amen. All right. Gospel Luke, chapter 12, verse 13. Someone in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Man, who made me a judge or arbitrator over you?" And he said to them, "Take care and be on guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." And now he's going to tell him a story to explain that. And he told them a parable, saying, "The land of a rich man produced plentifully, and he thought to himself, 'What shall I do? For I have nowhere to store my crops.' And he said, 'I'll do this. I'll tear down my barns and build larger ones. And there I'll store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, be merry.' But God said to him, 'Fool, this night your soul is required of you. And the things you have prepared, whose will they be? So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God.'" Let that sit for a second. Being rich towards God or rich towards oneself? I don't know if you hear this in your head, but. We gotta stop the buts for a second. I'm resisting jokes. But in truth, we have to resist instantly trying to say, "But what about this? But what about that? But what about my situation? But what about being a good steward? But what about being a good provider? Well, what about being able to give to people? What about being a blessing to, do this and that for, a family member?" Okay. That's all well and good, all those things. But, here's my but, let's not miss what Jesus is saying first and foremost. I need to hear this. All the eyes. The land of the rich man produced a bunch of stuff. And if you go there in that passage and you look at how many times he thought to himself, "What shall I do, for I have nowhere to store my crops. And he said, I will do this, that I will turn my, you see, my, and then he contrasts this with, what about laying up stuff for God? All of our stuff, whether we think we put two and two together and made a bunch of things and earned a lot of money, and all of it is God's, whether we realize it or not. And we can try and hold on to it here. But really, it's a tool for doing things to honor the Lord in a variety of ways. It's just a tool. I get to drive a Tesla. I bought a Tesla, and I'm making payments on it. And it's a great car. And people go, oh, you can afford a Tesla. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's a tool. That's all it is to me. It's a great car. It's so much fun to drive. I drive it like 8 to 12 hours a night. It's a tool for me. It's the best tool for my job. And it provides for my family and helps me get out of some debts that I have from school, and some back taxes from a couple bad clients I had when I was doing Salesforce stuff. Yeah, believe it or not, I had some bad clients that left me in a lurch. But, whatever, it's just, I've got my bills, you got yours, and nice things like this great cup. Could I drink out of a paper cup? Yeah, I could drink out of a paper coffee cup. I don't need a stainless steel Stanley Starbucks mug. But I got it on my birthday, and it's great, and it's awesome, right? But even so, Jesus is like, all these great things, all this stuff, lay up treasure for yourself in heaven with God. And now he's going to say, don't worry about it. Because now you're like, I'm worried. Oh no, Lord. Well, he's got some words about our worry, our anxiety. And he said to his disciples, therefore, I tell you, don't be anxious about your life, what you're going to eat, about your body, what you're going to wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens. Look, they neither sow nor reap. They don't farm, right? They neither have storehouses nor a barn. And yet God feeds them. How much more value are you than the birds? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to the span of his life? The answer is not 1 hour. Just in case you wondered, it's a rhetorical question. If then you are not able to do as smallest thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest? Now consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass, which is alive in the field today, and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? And do not seek what you are to eat and what you are to drink, nor be worried. For all the nations of the world seek after these things, and your Father knows that you need them. Instead, seek his kingdom, and these things will be added to you. Seek first his kingdom, and all of these things, food, clothing, place to live, tools for your job, even blessings like a cup of coffee, It'll all be added to you if you seek the Lord. Like, and then this incredible function of reality happens. Who gets the credit when you get something that you want and or need after seeking God? God gets the credit, and then something happens inside you. You experience joy and gratitude, and then all the ancillary emotions that come from that. All the gratefulness and peace and joy, and you get to share that with others. Look what God did. How good is God? And then it mystifies people who don't know God because they're like, I did it. And that's exactly it, right? We have the rich person saying, I did this and I did that and I built this and I saved that. And yes, at a certain level, we all take action. That's not the point. Jesus is trying to draw for our very muddled minds a clarity. He's creating a contrast so we can see. So in general, when we seek the Lord and we put God first in all that we do our work as unto the Lord. God provides. And then he gets the credit from us, and we get the joy of experiencing that, and it erases our worry and anxiety because we know that the backbone of reality that's upholding the very universe and is the one that will allow us to live forever in an eternal sense. And down here, as we're working through the sinful world, we can't add another hour to our lives. But God is the one who knows the day and the hour of our life. He's the one who has power over reality. And you begin to realize it's him trying to teach us stuff about him and about who we are in him. That's like what this all adds up to. And it's really just the beginning. It's like beginning to code or wire something that is going to really fully realize itself down the road. And we're in this getting tinkered with phase. And then when we enter eternal life, that's where whatever we allowed God to work on us and kind of get us all set up, the rewards of that tinkering will happen for eternity. It's a mysterious, wonderful handshake we have with God. Stay dressed for action and keep your lamps burning. Oh, wait. Let me back up. I stopped before I read this part about not being afraid. So if you're afraid, if you really struggle with fear, here's a little paragraph that Jesus finished his story about not being anxious. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions, give to the needy, provide yourselves with money bags that do not grow old, with a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief can approaches and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Sorry, I got ahead of myself back there, and I started teaching this passage before we got here. I see the homeless on the streets every night. And life is hard. And most of them have rejected not only society, but rejected any faith in God. A lot of people are just at their total end, just doing fentanyl moment by moment, trying to feel something good in a hard, hurting world. um, whatever their flavor of escape is, right? And yet, it is amazing how people who have absolutely nothing have enough to live a hard but live another day. And I think that baseline is what Jesus is talking about. Like, even if people reject God and reject every grace and gift of opportunity that's given to them, he feeds people. Now, granted, it's not necessarily the greatest food all the time, and it's not the greatest stuff to drink, and it's not the best clothing, but it's amazing that even when rock bottom hits, and even when people reject everything, there's provision. And I think that's what he's talking about when he's talking about like how the crows get fed and how the flowers are dressed in beauty. They dress the grass fields in beauty. And he's like, even at the most baseline of reality, God loves you. You're made in his image, whether you reject him or not. And because we know that God loves us, and he doesn't want us to be choked out by the worries and things and possessions and riches of this life, he's just like, I don't want you to be all tied up in what you think you have here. I want you to be tied up with me, what you have there with me in heaven. And really it challenges us, do I believe that I will stand in the presence of God at the close of this earthly life? I do. Then Jesus goes, oh, well, if you believe that, then do you trust me with all your possessions? Do you trust me in this situation? No, I don't trust you. Oh, wait, you're going to trust me to pass through this life into the next, but you won't trust me with your mortgage payment or your computer or whatever. Yeah, I'll trust God for eternity, but will I trust him now? So stay dressed for action and keep your lamps burning, and be like men who are waiting for their master to come home from the wedding feast, so that they may open the door to him at once when he comes and knocks. Blessed are those servants whom the master finds awake when he comes. Truly I say to you, he will dress himself for service and have them recline at table. He will come and serve them. If he comes in the second watch or in the third and finds them awake, blessed are those servants. But know this, that if the master of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have left his house to be broken into. You also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you don't expect. So clearly he's not saying don't ever sleep. He's talking about spiritual reality. Staying hungry and alert and aware in seeking the Lord in our day-to-day, moment-by-moment life. Lest he comes and he finds us not about what he's about. Peter said, Lord, are you telling this parable for us all? And the Lord said, he implies both, but what he says is, Peter said, Lord, are you telling this parable for us or for all? And Jesus is about to say, yeah, both. But anyway, but Peter's like, wait. Haven't we done everything? Do I hear that in my heart? But wait. Is this for those people or is this for me, Lord? Talk about life application. And the Lord said, "Who then is the faithful and wise manager whom his master will set over his household to give them their portion of food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom his master will find so doing when he comes. Truly I say to you, he will set him over all of his possessions. But if that servant says to himself, 'My master is delayed in coming,' and begins to beat the male and female servants, and to eat and drink and to get drunk, the master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and in an hour he does not know, and he will cut him in pieces and put him with the unfaithful. And that servant who knew his master's will, but did not get ready or act according to his will receive a severe beating. But the one who did not know and did what deserved a beating will receive a light beating. Everyone to whom much was given, of him much will be required. And from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more." Do you hear all the buts? But grace, Lord. But you paid for all my sins. There's nothing but reward in heaven if I believed in you. Whenever Jesus says, "Hey, here's something that doesn't jive with your theology, Zach," it's not my theology that wins that argument. It's Jesus's theology. So whatever it is about accountability with my Heavenly Father in heaven, when he comes and he finds my life in its totality before him, it says, Paul tells us, my own conscience will be my prosecutor. My own conscience, which will have recorded every part of reality that I ever experienced, will testify against me. It'll be the ultimate camera gotcha moment. And God will allow myself to be my own testimony against myself. And he will be the one who applies the rigors of my own confessions upon me and tell me those uncomfortable truths. And this is where people twist and turn and take their theology and try to make it, well, no, that's not what Jesus is saying. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it's not nothing. So you can bend over backwards all you want. I can try to make this say what I wanted to say, but that's the point. Jesus, don't twist my words, man. Peter's like, but wait, this is for other people, right? Or is this for us? And he's like, it's for everyone. This passage isn't for us, right, Jesus? That's what Peter, the apostle, the rock of the church, is asking. So, again, I believe 100% that he paid it all and he provided. But at the same time, it's not all fuzzy bunnies and rainbows from here to eternity. There are hard lessons learned, and God is a faithful teacher and a good dad who teaches us hard lessons through hard things. And I think that he's saying that there is a level of accountability that will occur not only in this life for those who love and trust him, but in the next. And if he's given you the understanding of who he is, there will be a level of accountability that is equitable to that understanding. So I need to be accountable to the Lord. And do you see how, being accountable to other people is somewhat helpful, but it's like training wheels. It's like the most basic help along study partner in this little life to have accountability and fellowship with others. The real accountability comes from knowing who God is in his word and his Holy Spirit convicting us moment by moment and being accountable to him when there is no one else there for you to help you make the right decision. So, man, God's good. But he is not a pushover. He's the master of the house. I'm just a little servant. And all this stuff is his stuff. It's not mine. Or if it is mine, it's mine in his service. So, anyway, until next time, day 81, keep walking. God bless. Bye-bye.